On a Tuesday, got your girl in the car and she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday.
Yo, welcome to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute.
On a Tuesday.
What's today's date?
2/20.
2/20.
Really?
I did play that. I played 2200.
What's significant about
not
the date?
220.
What's
What's
significant?
close to it?
What's significant about the date of 220? It's got to be
220.
something.
No, it ain't 420, so it ain't important. So
No.
it's 220.
The day
Double
before
the
was
four.
important.
Anyway, I'm hot.
He said the day. What
day-
was the day before?
It was his birthday.
219, baby.
219.
Oh,
Okay.
man. I
What's,
typed it
what's
so-
so significant about that day?
Yeah, you got to know it, man.
So his birthday,
A
man.
great one,
His
man.
birthday,
child
A
was
great
born.
one came through.
That's
child
right.
was
That's
born.
right.
It's funny because I got the Google notification for it. So yeah.
Did you?
Well, we were always
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
go somewhere Sunday, but nobody showed up. My limousine driver
But-
didn't show up.
Hold up. You are your limousine driver. So why he didn't show up?
So I
didn't show up.
typed in 220 in the Google, and they gave me a Bible verse, Galatians 2:20. I have been crucified with Christ, and I. Kind of dope. I'm gonna leave it right there. I ain't gonna read the rest.
Okay, thanks for sharing. That
That's
was
right.
a little
One
bit-
Bible verse. A
Okay.
day.
Well, all right. Well,
My 20.
anyway, I am Hot Ron, your neighborhood bartender. What's good, people?
Yeah.
What's
good.
going on?
Welcome
Red
to the
Beard, the
show.
Truth is in the building. What's good?
Ain't too much.
Are you angry today?
Never angry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What up, country?
Yo, I'm good. I'm blessed, man. Life is good, man. You know, I've been getting good rest, good sleep, working hard.
You been eating chicken or something? Got chicken
Nah.
grease on your lips?
Nah, I've
You been getting good rest. That
Good
means-
rest.
That
I've
must
been
mean
ex-
you must
I've
have
been
got
ex-
you some finally.
He gets
steak.
it anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah, come on.
Whatever.
tell
First of all, calm down.
Wow.
You know, I just been, I'm in good health. That's what I need to say.
Oh,
Job
okay.
is
Good. That's
treating-
what we call it now,
Yeah.
Yeah, good coochie.
The job is good to me, man.
And
You
you getting
know,
regular coochie now.
nah, that's
That's what it is.
that's
Nothing
that's
wrong with
been the
that.
case.
Your
That ain't never
slave
been a
owner is
problem.
good to you now?
That ain't never been a problem.
It's important to be regular.
You always need
That
that
ain't
release.
never been a
Oh,
I mean,
man.
your forehand's looking kind of strong, bro.
Hey,
That
studies say you need about 200 strong orgasms a year
Wow.
200?
to get the most out of your sexuality.
Okay.
200 strong orgasms a year.
They don't have to be strong. I added the strong part, but
So if you're going to get them, why not make them
why
strong,
not be
right?
strong? Exactly.
You need to climax 200 times a year.
A year to get the most out of your sexuality.
I once read a book years ago that a monk had written, and he said that basically he had, and it sounded like bullshit, but it was like that's before I knew what tantrum sex and shit was.
Yeah.
Well, the dude said
Right.
he has multiple orgasms a day without busting a nut, and I'm sitting there scratching. I'm like 21 reading this shit, and I saw like I'm not gonna sit here in front, a classic real sex. Joint came on television. I said, man, let me check this bullshit out. And they had a whole episode on tantrum sex.
Yeah.
When motherfuckers be like doing stupid shit and they be like sitting there.
Having the orgasm.
Yeah,
right?
they be blindfolded and like just be sitting there shaking like, the fuck? I mean, how can but dude was just having orgasms like that.
I think it's a real thing if you learn how to like use your sexuality.
So
I mean,
that means you need to know yourself a little bit better.
it's
yeah.
very true, but I don't know if you have to have multiple ones a day.
Multiple ones a day.
Yeah, in order to, to get to 200. What's that count? Like 200
No,
a day?
200.
200
You got 165 days that you don't have to have one.
At least
Exactly.
one day you got to have at least 2 orgasms.
So that's like
are
2
you
a
even-
week.
first of all-
it's 4 a week.
Are you
About 4 a week.
4 a week.
4 weeks?
That seems like a lot, right?
4 week in a year.
Nah.
4 weeks.
No, 4 a week will get you
Four,
to the
I mean, I'm
200.
just saying, 4 good nuts a week.
Four
That's
times.
52 weeks a year.
That'll get
now,
you right
my
there.
question is for y'all old guys, can y'all capable of that now?
Well, we look younger than you, so. And you
Your hands look kind of old over there.
And then another thing,
let you know.
by his age, we didn't have kids. He got a handicap stick on his balls. I keep telling you.
They don't work right?
It don't work.
Oh no. I mean, Ron, I do the one thing you don't know nothing about. It's called strapping up, bro.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think
I
the
just
hard
don't
part
run.
about that, it's not hard for anybody to have 4 orgasms a week. I think the hard part is because of the way we set up relationships in society, you know, a lot of people are having sex with people they don't really like that much.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's why it's more, the mentality is more like, I can't have 4 a week.
Well,
Heck
people
no.
having sex because they need.
Well,
I don't like her that much.
People having
Hold
sex
up,
because
but-
they need their
but you-
bills paid. They need you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
It's kind of
But
forced.
It's sack season.
that should get you your orgasm right there. Your bills are gonna be
Oh
paid.
yeah, that works for me.
So four strong nuts a week is you know, with 52 weeks a year, it equates to 208 good strong nuts a year. So yeah, I mean,
Can we change that word from nut? It's just so.
Okay. Yes,
What would we change it to?
orgasm.
Orgasm, yeah.
Orgasms. Oh, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
we're on radio.
Oh, baby.
We're having orgasm. Exactly.
I'm
Well-
just saying we're on the radio. Let's be a little more
Well,
dramatic.
our lady listeners, they call it
They call it nuts too.
they do call it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that good nut in. Like
Busting. Yeah, we might need to leave this alone, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that good nut in.
This is why our show is late for all the
Right,
listeners.
our show is late.
'Cause
It's late. It's gonna go even downhill
it's gotta
from
talk,
here.
but
I'm
we have
telling
to.
you. Once
but-
you get
but-
to drinking.
But it was important to know that. I mean, so you know, you need about 2 or 3. But it's important to have sex.
So hold on, what?
Hold on.
like-
Hold on. Say it's important to do what?
It's important to have sex with people you like. You know what
Not
I'm saying?
necessarily.
Like I
As
think.
long as the bills getting paid, right?
Right.
I think. Listen, I think that you really. It's anticlimactic for life to have sex because you make sex work.
You're
If sex is like
required
work-
to?
Point.
Yeah, if sex is like work or you have to, it's like, oh my God.
So I
You
guess
gotta go to work. You know, you gotta work your job. You have to go to work, right? You have to do certain things. I mean,
So you
So-
don't want to
so-
just have to have sex.
Yeah, oh, that's
You want to go,
that's the
oh,
worst.
damn, she going to want sex just tonight.
Exactly.
So
That's
I
the
feel
worst.
you now.
Joe.
no, but I'm just saying if she gonna have sex, right? It's not really about her, right? It's
Ooh.
more about you too. Then.
Well, it is about you, but you can, but having
Yo,
selfish
ignorant,
sex,
dog.
having selfish sex is kind of whack too. Like,
No, I'm saying you have a job.
like Bernie Mac
you have a
said, you better
job to
get
do.
yours, man. I'm getting mine.
You have a job to do, right?
I think you can have selfish sex on your birthday.
All right, I don't want to sound like a lame
Maybe,
one.
yeah.
Like I get off when a woman climaxes and shit. I'm sitting there watching that. I like that shit. You
No
know
doubt.
what I'm saying? That's just me. Like
That's
I
'cause
like
you-
I like
that's 'cause you
the
still
eyes roll
21.
back. Yeah. I like the eyes roll back. I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, what do you mean just because I'm 20?
But I mean, to make sex work, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man,
It's a two-way street.
I think with the food you eat, when you're eating your food, like you should eat good food. I think
Yeah.
we really do ourselves a disservice by eating fast, cheap, bad food. Because eating should be more of, you should think in the amounts of feasting. So you don't always have to eat a lot, but you should eat good.
Right.
A
You know what I'm
lot
saying?
of people don't.
delicious, fresh, good food for your body, man, that you really enjoy. I mean,
Well, that's why
A lot
Comes
of
along
trans-
with
and a lot of
it
people
makes
say that
sex,
a lot of people
eating,
say
sex.
that masturbation messes up your sex because it make you
No.
make people be fast.
I think that's how you have the 4 week. They don't all have to be with someone else.
Oh.
No, I mean, but you all right about you all
That
right.
is true.
You all right.
Everybody
You all right.
No,
regarding
I'm
your
looking
health.
at you because you like, oh, like this is a surprise.
you.
I don't masturbate.
I
You
never
touch
said
myself?
that. I never said that.
You are
I
right.
never said that. I'm first to tell you that's
You-
a weekly.
You all right,
event.
and you all right in terms of a person's diet affecting their basically their sexual performance. Like if you consume a lot of
Everything.
trans fat and shit, it will fuck your sexual performance up.
Yeah. But this
know.
is the thing. So it's like you don't cheat yourself with sex. You don't cheat yourself with eating, and you don't cheat yourself with sleep. So it's like it's important the mattress you pick, the bed you have, your room, how it's
That's
set
right.
up. You
That's
want that
right.
to be a comfortable place where you really
Hey,
relax.
Hey, shout out to Posturepedic. That's the best mattress to fuck on. Real
You
talk.
mean Sealy?
Yeah, see, no, well, yeah,
Yeah,
seal
Sealy
it, but I have a Posturepedic. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, that firm shit is where it's at. When you got a soft ass mattress, you
I
can't
hate
smash on that shit. I don't even like sleep
You
on
can't
that.
smash
shit.
Nah, you get,
Nah, because
your back hurts after
Your
that.
back hurts.
The mattress is for sleeping.
Yeah,
Right.
your back hurts, and see, my posture-heated
I-
mattress has a cool effect with it, so it cools you off in the It has like that cooling
wow.
foam.
Oh,
so when you
nice.
fucking on cooling foam, yo, that is his shit. Now,
you fucking a cooler.
when you fucking on a raggedy $200 mattress, that shit sitting there, the damn sprains popping up through your ass cheeks. And I was on some poverty shit when I first moved to my crib and shit. So I had a bum ass mattress.
Wow.
So I'm not.
Is that why you didn't have a TV?
It's just silence. So imagine fucking on a mattress that's on a floor that's like 6 inches in width, and you sitting there, you hitting the floor, and it's just goddamn bang.
Your knees still hurting, huh?
Yeah, dog. I ain't
So
gonna
have
hold you.
anybody ever had sex in a waterbed?
That
I
shit
did.
sucks.
I had a water
man.
bed for about 20
I remember.
years, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Why, dog? That's like uncomfortable, man.
Nah.
How was the
A
sex on
waterbed?
I've been in a water bed, but I mean, are they comfortable to sleeping on a regular basis?
Yeah, I started when I was a teenager.
Well, how was the sex in a waterbed?
Sex is amazing.
Like, does it make you
I don't-
lazy? Because it gives you a
Nah,
little more
you can get lazy, but you don't have to get lazy. But she can get lazy.
I mean, hold on. Doesn't a water? I mean, I can't even see a water
So
bed
they have
has
firm-
no type of firmness. To
No,
it.
they do have firm water beds, and then they do have free flow water beds. They have different ones. They even still sell water
Do
beds.
they even
Do they
have
I was
one?
gonna say, do they still sell them?
Yeah.
I
Didn't
thought
they used to be really
I haven't
expensive?
seen
I thought they
waterbed.
changed that. Like,
I don't know. I've
I
had
can't see
several.
the need of waterbeds at this point. You know.
So water beds are still a thing. You can get a sleep number water bed for
Not
about
the bread.
$2,000.
We ain't had to drink yet.
So waterbed no. So waterbeds they do sell them because they are kind of firm and they're better for you because they move with you when you move. Wow.
So I remember I got my ass whooped because I was jumping on my cousin's
bust a couple of them, too.
water bed.
Really?
Yeah.
So what happens? You got like an insurance thing with it?
No, you get a line in. Some apartments won't allow you to have them somehow.
I'm
So
saying if
when
you
busted,
busted,
did you
though-
mess up the floor? Did it?
No,
did
because
it
it has a
leave?
liner in it.
Oh, okay.
So you got patches, so you gotta know where your patches are. You know how to patch it up.
See a water bed.
See, that's why it's
Refill
not
it.
important.
See a water bed costs about.
And then you got your water hose that you fill it up. You just know how to hook up.
Interesting.
I remember moving this Bama like at least 3 times with that waterbed, and I hated it.
Right.
It was the worst, and never moved them again. Yo, we're gonna have a great show today. We didn't even introduce PDO in the building today. PDO here every week. You shop, boy. You clean it in the seal's penis today,
I'm
boy.
Still
You
here
shop.
freeing the people, man.
He dressed up because it's his birthday.
It's his birthday.
I'm freeing the people, man. What can I say, man?
Birthday.
Wow. Yo, we're going to have a great show today. We come back, of course, we're going to have our drink of the day. I can't wait. And then
sure.
we're going to have some hot topics when we come right back. And
Yeah.
Today's show, we're going to be showcasing local talent.
Yo.
From the play called U
They
Street.
just local.
Yes. Oh, it's awesome. Y'all got to see that play.
They
Yo,
just local.
Yeah.
yo,
You call
yo,
me crazy.
yo.
But anyway, and then of course we're gonna talk about everybody wondering why I got my African attire on today. Because
That
I'm
was
on
like a
Black
regular
Panther.
old
That's how you
So,
feeling?
we definitely hear your opinion on the Black Panther.
I can't wait.
Wakanda
Oh, you haven't seen
forever.
it yet?
Yes.
Oh, we'll talk
I
about it.
did.
We're not going to spoil. Oh, you did see
I
it.
did.
So I can't
didn't
wait to hear
see
your
it. We
opinion.
can't talk about it.
We'll talk about it. You just sure. You should have seen it. You work on the radio show, guys.
You got to
Wow.
see.
Anyway, give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. We'll be right back with Hot Topics and our drink of the day.
forever.
Salute.
Listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. Of course, I
Nice.
say every segment is my favorite segment, but this is my absolute favorite segment, I
For
must
sure.
admit. This is when we introduce our drink of the day. Dave, what are we drinking that I made?
It's called the Grenadine Half Mass.
The Grenadine Half Mass.
Very
the Grenadine
nice.
is made with our choice of tequila, this time Jose Cuervo tequila. right?
Tequila.
Yes.
Yeah, tequila along with triple sec and a splash of grenadine for your flavor.
And
Definitely a
sour
good drink.
mix.
Very nice.
Pastor, you're just drinking Sprite and grenadine. I'm
What can I
sorry.
say, man?
Oh my God, that's decent. It's really good.
Oh my God, like that?
It's good. It's really good drink. It'll catch up with you. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah,
Hurt
don't
yourself,
be
yeah.
very careful. At any rate, Dave is rocking our shirts. Dave, you can stand up and show it. You can order these shirts online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds of these shirts are to benefit the people in Puerto Rico. So support the cause. Be the boss. We just had some wonderful infused food. What's the name of the company?
It is
Hidden Leaf DC.
Yeah, we
Shout
gotta
out
have
to
him on the
Hidden
show
Leaf.
to talk about it. Yo.
Yeah.
The food, you can't even like taste the
No,
the
but it's
greenery.
infused chicken and
is infused chicken, greens,
cornbread,
macaroni.
yeah, macaroni.
How do you
cornbread.
infuse? Is it like the butter you use or the grease or
Yeah.
oil? Okay, we got to have you on the show. You got to tell us more about it. But
Oh, sure.
it looks great.
This is brought to you by Pots and Pans, an excellent catering company in the canning business, and I'm a wellness 24-hour delivery service. Here
man.
to do house visits and help people get wellness with CBD and other canning products.
Oh,
That's
Yes.
what's up.
well, we definitely got
So-
to have you on
so
the
in
show.
other
You got to
words-
tell us more.
If you smoke, you can get better.
You can get better.
Right. Well, they trying to drug you out here. You got to be careful. They want you to get the opium. Trump came out and said it. I'm lowering prescription pills.
Yeah, exactly.
Cold drug dealer, but we out here selling drugs.
Exactly.
That's true.
So I just want to bring you to real wellness, and we're 24 hours.
Okay, so real quick though, just real quick. That is, what is one of the more popular ailments that somebody might have that cannabis would be very helpful for? Like top of the list might be.
So that's a good question. So I actually have a couple people that have Parkinson's.
Okay.
and they have it uncontrollably. Like, their head spins, their body moves, everything.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. So the CBD helps with that. It really relaxes the body. They like to use, we have a lotion product and a tincture product.
Does it work? Does a lotion work?
Because this dude over here needs some.
Do not pay attention to these idiots. I'm always looking for good quality lotion. Pause. Stuff that lasts, because some of my friends, they have dry skin.
Pause.
I'm gonna take a drink to that one.
We'll take a drink. So you have lotion for and it helps.
Lotion, and then you said something else. What?
Tincture.
What's that?
It's vegan based. It's like honey. I actually have some with me, and I'll let you guys try it in a little
Massage
bit. But,
oils?
Am I gonna smell like marijuana? I don't want to go nowhere and smell.
well, it
like
doesn't
marijuana.
smell. You
Okay.
you literally take a 75 milligram under the tongue, and it's like a eyedropper.
Oh.
You do 2 of them, and it's actually
Vegan
for
honey, basically.
basically, and it's made from a glycerin that is food based. See, a lot of the tinctures that are out here are not food based, right? And that's actually not for consumption.
Right.
So we again, wellness.
Now all this flows out of your personal company or Pots and Pans or how?
We associate with each other, and the food is brought to you by them.
Pots and pans.
Right? The tincture and stuff like that. We'll put that on me.
On you. Sure.
Yeah, I'll accept accountability. For
Wellness
that.
coach. Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome to come back anytime and bring all your products and.
Yeah, we really get it. We can really get
we
into
need
it.
to test so we can really interview. We need to give you more than 5 minutes. So.
Yeah, nah. I'm real low key. Like I said, we hit and leave. So you might not see me, but you might see me. I
Hit and
I'll pop
leave.
in and
Get
out.
it? Hit and leave.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Double on time.
And what's the name of the company again?
Hidden Leaf DC _ we back on IG. Just Hidden Leaf DC on Facebook, and we're very professional.
I see.
We're very professional, and I have a lovely secretary that you can schedule an appointment with.
Okay.
Yes.
For
All
sure.
right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, man.
Appreciate you
It'll
guys.
be great. Yo, of course, y'all ready for some hot topics real quick before we get into our wonderful interview with
Let's
the
do
U
it.
Street crew? Definitely gonna do it. Yo, of course, this weekend was the big weekend. Everybody see me rocking my dashiki. You know what I'm saying?
Not quite.
Not quite. It's
Just-
close to
just-
it.
just
you
a
know,
shiki.
it make you wanna go.
It's
It's just a
It's a-
shiki.
It's a tea.
It's just a shiki.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
Obviously, he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Black Panther, of course, came in, started this
Shout out to
weekend.
Black Panther
and
crew.
It premiered in number 1. The first day of it made $218 million.
Not the first day.
The first
First
day it made
made-
$218 on its first opening night.
$218?
$218 million on its opening night, and then by the end of the weekend, up to now, it's over. It grossed over $400 and something million worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide it did all
So,
400 million.
In the first day.
Right. Okay. Let's
So
go-
opening weekend, in the first 4 days, it did worldwide $430 million.
Right.
It did Ron is right. It did $250 million opening
US.
weekend in the U.S. domestically. It shattered all type of records.
Man was
It
like-
shattered Iron Man 1. It shattered Captain America.
Wonder Woman.
Yes, Wonder Woman definitely. But it was
Wonder
pretty.
Woman was a big opening. They had
It
a big
was
opening.
it was actually the 5th grossing comic. I mean, I would say the 5th grossing movie in terms of like opening weekend of all time. So it
Over all movies?
yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
So,
it's
I
up
mean,
there- it's
in
up
terms
there.
of like
So it's
what-
up
for
there
what
with
that
Jurassic
category.
Park.
No.
No. In terms of what type of movies this movie falls into category, put it like this: number one
The
on that
Marvel
list.
movies.
Number one on that list is Star Wars.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, is it in the genre? It's number 5, you saying?
Yes, in
Not
its genre.
overall.
Yeah, not
Okay, bet.
overall genre.
Well,
In its genre.
but it is one of the top grossing movies that with a full black cast or whatever.
yeah.
Well,
So it
that
one
ain't a
of
whole
Not
lot.
much,
That's probably
but
the only
that's
one.
still
Well,
great.
no, actually, it is
That's
because it's the
important.
first time that a movie of this caliber, that Hollywood has invested this much money in a movie of this caliber.
Yeah, its budget was $200 million.
Of that many
That was
black,
their budget. They got
you
that
know,
back.
not many black cast members.
And I would say from this movie, there were so many messages that. That like if you see it 3 times, you're gonna learn a new message. Dave, you haven't seen it, so we won't tell you exactly the full movie. I don't know how you in radio you didn't go to opening night of a big movie, but anyway,
For sure.
right. But
There's more things
But
to
there
life
was
than
so
a
many
movie.
great. It was so many great messages in that movie. A big argument now is Jordan's character. What was his name in the movie?
Eric Killmonger.
I didn't see him.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. I didn't see him as a villain. To me, I looked at him. I looked at it as like
He was
but
more of a rebel.
In my opinion, I looked
more
at
of a
it.
rebel.
I looked at it like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Well,
and I said, and nobody would call Malcolm X a villain.
A
but
rebel.
He was a rebel. And I thought, and from what I take, then I'm gonna get your opinion. What I took from it was the fact that he thought that the people of Wakanda, they were keeping their resources and their resources, their money, their high tech machinery and everything just to themselves. He was saying that there's other. To me, this is my opinion.
It was their most powerful resource.
Right, their powerful resource.
They kept that to themselves.
In a secret, pretty much to the rest of the world. He was saying that there's other oppressed people of color that can benefit from this. And so, even though he went about it wrong by overthrowing the government or overthrowing the
Sure.
but I think he had a point. And so he
did.
His closing line at the end of the movie was just phenomenal. To me, it stopped everything, overshadowed everything. When he said that he'd rather die.
Throw me in the ocean. I'd rather.
My answer is he'd die than rather live in bondage for the rest of his life. Meaning that he would have went to jail for the things that he did or whatever.
Sure.
So he let himself die, and I thought it was just phenomenal.
Yeah. Also, I think also his character also. Spoiler alert, Dave. His character also had some motivation for that angst because his father was actually the original rebel, who was the brother of the king,
right,
who was trying to also, get it to the rest of the world, you know what I'm saying? So he was kind of carrying on his father's legacy, which was a rebel, but his was motivated out of the anger of his father being killed,
So it's important. When Black Panther the comic was made, it was made in 1966. What organization was founded in 1966? Black Panther Pops. Motherfucker said KKK. The Black.
I thought you was going to do some kind of correlation, like it was like.
Nah, the Black Panther Party. So when you look at a lot of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, those are original creators of Black Panther. When you look at a lot of their creations, not just Black Panther, X-Men, even the Avengers, they always had
Let me interview you real quick, Country, because I think it'd be better for the listeners, right? First of all, the comic Black Panther, was it along the same lines as the movie? Was the movie in line with the comic?
There's some things they changed up a little bit because remember, Black Panther.
No, I'm saying was the theme about the same though.
It was about the same.
If
it was about the
you
same.
saw the movie, what's it called? With the guy at the end, American. Captain America. Now, the Black Panther, that character.
They said it came from like Civil War.
Well, that character was in Captain America.
That's
So
one
it was
that
was
they introduced it in Civil War, right?
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
Bucky Barnes. Huge spoiler alert. Bucky Barnes appeared at the very end of Black Panther,
Who
and
is
they
the
called
original,
him. They called
Captain
him
America.
the character of the White Wolf. Now, in the comics, T'Challa's father, adopted a white kid before T'Challa was born because
You
basically.
know your comics and not your Bible words. I know
Exactly.
So true. I'm over here mispronouncing the book of the Bible, Galatians. It was Galatians, right?
You better go to hell happy. I know
So bad. I'm over here calling Galatians 2:20.
Exactly.
So
know your comics,
T'Challa.
Exactly. You know that though, right? Well, hold on. All right, so next question, real quick. So we got the spoiler alert. We caught that. So so it is in line. It is in line.
Yeah, it's in line in terms of like the actual theme.
Real quick. So Wakanda, is that in the original comics?
Yes. Wakanda
That's
is
what that
the
was
name.
from. So it's all Wakanda's always been there.
Well,
Right?
Wakanda's an actual place.
Wakanda-
Forgive me, people that listen to me. I know
It's
I'm a
not-
little
it's not an
portion
actual
today.
place.
Wakanda,
It is an actual place in Africa.
Wakanda is big.
I'm just joking.
Wakanda is
dumb,
basically
Joe.
Wakanda is where the Black Panther resides. It's his country
In the comic book.
In the comic book, that's
So
his
that
country.
so they kept that from the original.
Yes.
Okay, very very nice. Okay, all right.
Did you just shut him up?
No, I
he
was
did, he
interviewing.
Yes, he did.
yeah, he did.
Okay, that's enough. They're like, okay, I'm done.
All right,
with
we're
you.
done.
Right.
So I mean, it's a good movie. You got to go out and see it.
Excellent
It
movie. I will
has
watch it
so
this time.
Let me say this too. Is it a bad thing if I say after I left the movie, I felt like it was kind of a mix of 300 and Coming to America?
no.
I would agree
No.
to a certain extent.
That's what it felt like.
I
to
mean,
me.
it's. I
I
mean,
never seen 300.
You never seen 300? It was a great warrior film, right? It was
Why
just,
is he in radio?
this
Oh,
great
yeah.
warrior film, and then Coming to America, because it felt kind of
Well, here's the thing.
me, it
here's,
felt-
here's the thing.
the movie
Here-
wasn't as
Here's the thing.
great as I feel like we trying to.
No.
Push it
See,
to
I'm not
me?
gonna lie. I hate when people
I-
say that because I think that was one of the. I would say there's.
It's not as great as we tried to
there's
make it to
three
be. It's-
wonderful
it's just
movies
not-
in my life, and that's one of them that I would think
Here-
would go down in
here-
history as one of the best
here-
movies made.
Here's
I
the
don't know,
significance of that movie when you really think about it. One, it's the first time first of
Oh.
all, Black Panther is a
No,
is a very
I give
prominent.
it its credit.
Well, hold on. Let me
I
finish.
give it
Hold
its
on.
credit for that stuff.
Yeah, you
but-
know, you got to look at it for what it is. One, it's a Marvel movie, which is something a lot of people did not expect to come from that particular character. Two, it brought in a lot of people
Right.
that normally wouldn't give a shit about
I
these
wonder
movies,
people who would care
including
about
I
comics,
agree.
so-
and
I agree.
including the comic book fans
I
who've
agree.
been following Black Panther
I'm just talking.
for
Listen, I'm
years.
just talking about the quality of the movie. Do you feel the movie was as good as the hype around it?
I
is
think
saying?
so.
I think
I
so.
think it was more.
I
thought it was more, and especially the whole 3D effect was just wonderful. Everything about that movie, I can't say anybody who actually say something bad about that movie. There's something wrong with you.
Well,
I'm
the-
sorry. That's just my.
No.
Well, the thing
Ron,
is,
you
it's
can't
also
say that,
it's
man.
important to note that this is the first installment. Remember,
that-
Marvel movies come in 1s, 2s, and 3s. My opinion.
Well,
the
all
first-
I'm saying is that I'm not saying the movie
first,
was bad. I'm just saying I don't think
the first
Did you
Captain-
see Captain America.
The
before?
first Captain
I did.
The
America.
last Cap- and did you think that was excellent? I thought that was awesome too.
I think the movie
Well, I'm
was
gonna say
all right. It was
this.
all right.
It was
The
all
first
right.
Captain
Okay, well,
America's-
then I'm not mad at you then. If you
the-
agree with that part.
The
Then.
first
Captain
Captain
America was
America
alright.
sucked. The last Captain
That's
America
true.
was good.
It was awesome. The last Captain
Winter, Civil War was great.
Yeah.
Winter
Spoiler
Soldier
alert!
was great.
I ain't seen none of them. Iron Man. None of them.
Yeah, I seen like the third.
I
Iron
mean,
Man.
I watched-
seen the
I
first
got-
two,
I got
so
a
don't
I
question.
watched Captain America on Fire Stick. I didn't go pay
I
for
got
it.
a question.
But-
I got a question. Do any of y'all motherfuckers have an imagination? Did y'all
he
draw?
getting
Did y'all go to,
No, man,
you know
listen,
what? I'm
let-
just
no,
saying.
honestly-
By the time you was born, I stopped watching cartoons.
Hey, I'll say this, man. The truth is, I had never thought about
The
it.
story, Young and the Restless.
I had
started
never
there,
thought
so-
about it that there were no black superheroes. Like, and the Black Panther, I heard of him, but I never was into the Black
They're
Panther.
mad black.
But I was
Here's the thing.
in
But I heard
There are a
that.
lot
I
of-
always thought they were
Batman.
talking about. I thought they were
There
talking
are-
about
white.
the Black Panther.
There are a lot of
The
black superheroes. There
Meteor Man, Blank Man,
this motherfucker right here,
Handyman.
Handyman.
angry man,
What about the one that comes on Netflix?
What's that?
Luke Cage.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Thank you.
Okay.
There are a
No,
lot of
That's
black.
new now, though. You know
no,
what I'm saying?
it's not new. That's the thing. There are a lot of black superheroes out there in the Marvel comic and DC.
So Luke
Really?
Cage is actually from the Marvel.
Spawn.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Spawn.
Spawn was black.
Yes.
Blade.
Blade.
was black.
You know?
Was Blake, I didn't know he was a superhero though.
Storm.
Yeah.
Storm.
Storm, Halle Berry's character, and
I mean,
You know
no.
what? There was a
Y'all motherfuckers.
there is a story that
Storm was like Storm was
it was
like
years ago that
Puerto Rican.
No,
West,
man. Oh, man. Silence, bro. Silence.
no. But
But you
seriously,
know what?
seriously, it was a story out that Wesley Snipes. He wanted to put out the Black Panther.
He wanted, but
did,
Wesley
yeah.
Snipes wanted to do the Black Panther along with John
But he didn't
Singleton.
pay
The
his
problem
taxes.
is they didn't. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, but also they didn't have the financial backing for it. You know, not only did they not have Blade was a long shot.
Let me tell you something. I was really like a little down on people like you, country, because you know you went to the movies with your shirt on and everything. I
Yeah,
was like,
I
man,
did too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's kind of whack, right?
I did go. I did
but hold
go
on.
to my
But
shirt
then,
with my
but then
shirt
they
on.
somebody brought a good point. They was like, you know what? When Star Wars came out,
Everybody
white
had on
folk
Star
came
Wars.
dressed in all kinds of Star Wars gear, right? But I was just like,
I'm gonna tell
See,
you.
and that was another point I was going to break because that was a big thing. A lot of people make fun because people came dressed in full African
African attire and
Shout
all
out to
that. And I-
Sharon, who's here.
and I actually like
she
that.
did that. You should see her Facebook page. She,
Okay.
did, she went.
She went all the way in.
Let's
Yeah,
go
the
check
whole
it out.
queen.
What's her name on Facebook?
And on top of that, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Lachey.
I bought
But
my.
anyway, so everybody, I was dressed. I had on the dashiki. I didn't have on this one, but
That's
I had
a
this. Is not
t-shirt.
really. This is a t-shirt.
That's the cheeky. Okay.
That's
but
a t-shirt.
it's the Shiki inspired. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
would call
exactly.
it.
Okay.
It's African inspired. But I did go in the full. But I thought because I was like, we did that. People did that for Star Wars. They even did that for Captain America.
I did it
People
for Star
dressed
Wars.
up. Oh my God, you're such a geek. I'm gonna move. But anyway, Lachey. And it was so I said, well, why not? And it was just really beautiful to see when you go in there. You see older people who probably not into that. They were there dressed in full African attire. It was children. It was.
I
It was
didn't
just
even catch
amazing.
it. I did see some people dressed in their little African stuff. I didn't even catch it.
I
didn't
snuck.
even-
I had a bottle of Tito's with me.
I had
and
some Ciroc.
drink. So,
Me and my friend, we both made. Shout out to my friend Alicia Hunter. She did that. She brought full cocktails for us. It was
So
amazing.
y'all was good, huh?
We had a good time, yo. But anybody.
And the flask. You had a flask.
And the
See,
flag.
see, that was
Moving
so- that
on
was
to
so
hot
black.
topics, 'cause we're gonna have a great show
That's
today.
so
We
black.
got some wonderful guests here today. Anyway, shout out, salute, moment go to Black Panther. Definitely a great
Wakanda
movie.
forever.
Hey, so just a quick
It's
question: is
another,
that a black thing or is that a white thing? Sneaking food into the movies. I know we all did it when we was kids.
We're not
I think
gonna-
everybody
It's a
does.
it's a
gonna dwell on
minority
that.
thing.
We're not going to dwell on that. We're going to keep it moving really
Let's go.
quick.
Let's go. Come
Shout
on.
out to today is Rihanna's 30th birthday. Can you believe that?
Rihanna's 30.
Rihanna
Riri.
turned 30
Yeah,
today.
she was kind of sad. She felt like she was getting old.
She looks good. She gained some beautiful weight.
She got some weight on her
She
now.
looks great. I mean, I think she's
Oh,
looking.
that ain't
30.
nothing but baby weight right there.
You
boy.
think she's pregnant?
Nah, who knows?
You don't know. Oh,
Not baby
Well,
weight as in like, pregnant. That ain't nothing but
But you know, the
baby
crazy
weight,
thing is that
man.
Rihanna, yo, even though she's like bad like that, she still ain't hanging. She ain't saying nothing to our girl Nicole Murphy.
Oh,
Yo,
Lord.
you
That's
didn't
because
know about
Nicole Murphy is like 50.
To like 4
Nicole, but
days
Nicole Murphy on
ago.
another level, man.
She had the money.
That's
Rihanna.
because you're into your MILFs
is that
again.
what-
All right.
We're not gonna hold on. We're not gonna move off real quick.
No, I'm
because
just saying.
That was a big thing. Of course, today was her 30th birthday, so people talked about like now she's dating. I forget the guy name. I had it. I left my notes. I apologize. But if you can pull up all of Rihanna's
Some billionaire.
billionaire,
She-
but can
billionaire.
you pull up all of Rihanna's dates? She's dated people
billionaire.
from
Travis Scott,
Travis Scott. She's
Man,
dated
Travis Scott, he's the man.
he's the man.
Chris Brown,
He is the
Chris
man.
Brown. She dated
Drake.
She dated what else the other guy? That used to be married to Bruce Willis' ex-wife.
Ashton.
Ashton Kutcher. She
Really?
dated Ashton Kutcher.
I think she was with. Wasn't she with Alex Rodriguez for a second, maybe before J Lo got her?
She ain't that terrible now.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming with that. That's next. Huh?
Did she ever date Alex Rodriguez?
Nah, man.
No.
I don't know.
Or Derek Jeter? No, she never.
Let's
But
just say
Riri only be 30. She
had a couple
She
dudes.
done
bottom
been
part of-
around.
the bottom part of her body worked. It's been busy.
but that I'm
She like Tupac.
Look-
I get around.
Yeah.
to play devil's advocate. Don't mean she fucking all them people. Let's be real.
No,
Yeah, she-
Let's play the devil's advocate. Don't mean she fucking all
That's
Hey,
them.
no, no.
First of all,
Hey, listen.
First of all, even if that is her body count, that's not even 20 people.
Yeah, and on top of
It's
that,
not bad, I
she's
guess.
because first of all, it's
It's
pictures
30.
with all those dudes with her in the pool with them,
Right.
kissing them, and come on, man.
But can y'all imagine at age 30 that you only had 7 people?
Oh, stop playing. Seven.
Not
Seven. She had
Seven.
seven. She had
At 30?
17.
At 30, but we know you had 7 kids by 30, so we know. you had
Come on,
more.
man.
But,
Country been
Country
getting
been-
down
no.
since 13,
That's what I'm saying.
dog.
So we
That's what
can't
I'm
call
saying.
we can't call her a slut
Country
That's what I
love.
said. Her body count is not up there.
for to be 30. And
No,
have-
it's not. But
we don't know the other people.
But,
You know, She
but
kinda
still,
sick.
at least it's not even secret though.
Nah, of course you. Why should you have to keep it a secret?
You should
should.
keep
Right.
it a secret.
Because first of all, even still,
ain't
shout out to
your
Corinne
business.
Stephens, Superhead.
Right.
She wrote a book
She's
about.
an
She
angel.
wrote 2 books,
Right.
and people still trying to get at her.
Oh yeah, no, Riri's an angel compared to him.
Oh, hold on.
Superhead.
But you know, it's funny because I heard a funny ass joke about that the other days, and the person on the radio basically said, knowing what she has done, knowing what she's capable of, I'm not gonna lie. If I see her and I got a shot, I'm gonna take it.
That's right.
That's right.
well,
How many men
You
can I
gotta try it.
since
Well,
that was
Superhead?
that's a
Oh
good,
yeah.
That's
Don't
a good
sit here and
segue,
lie
though.
about it.
So
Don't sit here and lie
you
about
trying to say
I don't know.
if Rihanna was to say, "Come on, let's get it," you not having it?
Who said that?
I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm about to say, don't put me in.
No, I wasn't actually trying to down Rihanna. I was
Even
just,
I ain't talking about
anybody.
Rihanna. I'm talking about Superhead.
She's talking about Superhead.
If Superhead
I'm talking
runs
about-
up
okay,
on
so that goes back to the question
Every
from the
man
other,
wanna
the
test
question from
that
the other
mouth
week.
out.
Here's the question from the other week. Can you date a woman who has 5 kids with 5 different men?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they taking care of the kids, I'm not taking care of the kids.
Yeah, I ain't taking
But
care of nobody
anyway,
else's
moving
kids.
on real quick to our next segment, next part of Hot Topics. Of course, speaking of which, this person, he's going to become him and what's the other guy? Jermaine Dupri. They're the gods of the average man getting like the top-notch woman. Of course, Toni Braxton came public today.
Hold
with
on.
her
Who
engagement.
you said you said Jermaine
He
Dupri
hasn't
and who?
announced the
I
name.
don't know,
Announced
Jermaine
it yet.
Dupri. No, Jermaine Dupri and who else?
I'm
Was
about
it-
to.
no,
guy.
hold on.
And this
you said
guy.
and the guy you about to announce?
Yeah.
Sir. These
Okay,
are
you
the
didn't give his
gods
name.
of
Okay.
the average guy getting.
I need you to.
They are not average guys.
I just need you to
Average
enunciate.
guy.
Okay, average guys
Well,
getting
get
top.
these top-notch women. Toni Braxton came open and clear, and she announced her engagement
Toni
to
Braxton
Birdman
is broke
today.
So Birdman is worth about 180
She's not.
million.
No. She's not broke.
She's broke.
She's not broke.
She's
not
broke.
your
She
broke.
can't be
broke.
broke, man.
She's broke.
She's not broke.
She's
Toni
rich
Braxton.
people broke.
She spent 2 years in Vegas, man, with a show getting paid, man.
Like
Paying,
10 million.
paying people back like Michael Vick. You know,
But
paying
Michael
people
Vick
back
ain't even
like
broke,
Michael
but he's
Vick.
debt free too.
But can we
Yeah, he
salute?
is.
Can we salute her on her
Yeah,
engagement?
salute
Aren't y'all
Michael
proud?
Vick for being debt free.
Aren't
For
y'all
paying
proud
back his
that,
money.
that Birdman, that you know what I'm saying?
Because Toni Braxton got to get her money. I mean, you got to
No,
get
I
it
think she
back.
How
really
old is
loves
Toni?
him.
How old is Toni?
doesn't-
Tony's
About
like
40 45?
48, 49.
And see,
Like 40.
Jermaine Dupri pulled
I think-
down a 60-year-old.
but Baby's 48
Don't be
too.
going for, don't come for Janet like that now. Come on.
Who?
Baby,
is 40, he
he's 48.
Is
yeah,
it?
he's at
Yeah.
least 90. But
Yeah.
I'm just joking. But anyway, I'm proud of the
That's
brother.
an interesting
I think-
love match,
I
you know.
think it's
And if
gonna
they
work
happy,
out. I think it's gonna work out.
I'm with it.
Right. Yo, great hot
Come
topic.
on, it's not gonna work out.
I think it's gonna work out.
And see,
I,
Tony-
I don't like
Tony's
to
gonna
doubt
get that money.
relationships, but it's
gonna
not
work
gonna
out.
work
I think
out.
Tony loves that man.
She
It's-
probably
so-
does it, but I mean, I'm like, is he really sincere with her, man? Like,
Tony Braxton's 50. Well, she's about to be 51.
think about this.
Dang, she don't look
Birdman
it
been
at all.
on a video shoots with all them girls, man, with Young Money and all.
And Lil Wayne.
Can he
Look,
settle down
look,
with
He been
Tony?
with, he been with Lil Wayne too.
Oh, we ain't gonna go there.
First of all,
We ain't gonna go there.
first of all, Toni Braxton is a God-fearing woman. And,
Yes, she
you
is.
know,
Praise
yeah,
God.
She,
Touch
you
her,
know,
Jesus.
she's a
Touch
God-fearing woman. She's gonna change Birdman.
She's gonna change.
She's
it,
gonna
yeah.
change
She's gonna help
Birdman.
that man. She's gonna clear all
First
that
of all,
stuff on his
Birdman
face.
gonna-
listen,
Out of the bracket.
I
Birdman,
think-
Birdman
I
gonna
think-
clear her debt.
No, I know. See, y'all doing wrong. I think it's reversed. I think he broke.
Nah, he ain't broke.
I mean, nah.
So,
he
Birdman-
ain't.
He just lost his mansion in Miami, man.
That's
You know that,
true.
right?
It did got repossessed.
I'ma
No, that
tell you-
wasn't him. That was R. Kelly.
No,
Oh.
he did
R.
lose the
Kelly
money.
lost his mansion.
But,
in
he
No.
lost, but he only owed $300,000. He could have paid that off.
Why didn't he?
He ain't want
Because
it.
he bought her a Bentley truck. He could have paid up.
Yeah, he just
You don't
bought
want the
it.
house
And
no
now
more.
he's taking care of Tamar.
But he didn't buy the
because,
Bentley truck,
Vince-
did he? You think he
Vince
bought it?
jumped
Or he
Tamar,
leased
so
it?
he's taking care of the whole family now. He's the new. They're the new people. So you know what I'm saying.
Y'all,
So,
man, they ain't got that money, man. I'm
They
trying to
got
tell you.
that
Man,
money.
he got money.
as long as Lil Wayne
Yeah, I'm
got
telling
money,
you,
Birdman got
it's-
money.
It's
So.
hard, man. You got a payroll every month now for like 10 years, man. You've been paying a payroll.
See,
got-
see,
See,
here's the
when you steal it from your artist.
Oh, and Drake
when
got
you steal
money,
it from
too.
your artist.
And you know why? Because folks stealing from him. Whoever
Pastor,
keeping his
Pastor.
books.
But listen,
Pastor,
Pastor,
you
Drake
thinking-
is,
hold on,
Drake
hold on.
is under Birdman too, and Drake is filthy rich.
I'm gonna say this.
all these
Pa-
people are, all this is a pyramid scheme. And it's
Pa-
coming down
Pa- Pastor,
from-
You
from
think he's still getting money?
Birdman,
Hold on. You think
Wayne,
you think Young Money is still sending checks up to them?
Yes,
They
have
they
to.
have to.
It's
It comes
contractual.
on the
Why,
man.
hold on. Why you saying they
Pastor,
have to when
Pastor,
he ain't sending his
you
money
thinking-
down?
Here's the thing. Here's
Because,
the thing.
because it's a contract. They getting the check first. It's written out to them.
Go ahead.
So, you gotta
I
understand.
guess what I'm
As
saying
an
is that
umbrella-
if young, I know Young Money's up under cash money.
That's
Here's
right.
the
get
here's
that.
the thing.
Let's-
So
Here's the
therefore,
here's the- if
the
you
ca-
went,
the checks are going to cash money and it's trickling down to Young Money.
You have
not the other way around.
Right.
you
Okay,
have to
so-
also think about it like
It's
this.
going to
If
the
I
parent
give you,
company,
So,
not to the children.
That's how.
if
how.
I
Okay.
give you
That's
three,
how businesses run. You
Well,
know?
no, I get.
if I give you $300 million, if I give you $300 million,
Yeah.
you gonna think like a man in your position right now. I'm gonna try to do this and do that. Now these people, they get $300 million. They spending millions of dollars. They thinking like
This is what I'm
millionaires.
saying. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody like Birdman, he's not on the same credit rating as you.
Right.
Because a lot of times in these houses, like
I
these-
beg your pardon. Thank
No.
you very much. I understand my
Oh,
my
God.
my
So a
credit
lot of
level is
times
not
in
there.
these huge houses like that, they go in and And they sit there, they pay their lease off in 1 year. They stay in them huge houses for like a year or so, move the fuck on, because who's going to deny them?
Wow. Well,
Who's
good.
going to deny them?
That's a good point, yo. Yo, we had a great hot topics. Yo, thank you, man. That was a good point. Yo, damn, so fake. Anyway,
I know the
oh, yo,
business.
shout,
I'm just
you
letting
do.
know.
You smart.
I mean,
That's
I'm
true.
just not
Yo,
saying
shout out
shit.
to Lisa Terrell. Don't forget about the event she's having for bullying on March the 11th. We all, open bar will be there. It's definitely a great event. At the end of the show, I would definitely have more information. I forgot the actual logistics and details, but I have that up. Yo, we're going to have a hot performance when we come right back from the upcoming play U Street. The musical is going to be here. And
Shout
we're
out
going
to
to
U
interview
Street.
some of the characters and the director and the writer of the play. He's going to be
struggle
live. We're
is
gonna interview, right here in PDO's Lounge. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute!
Salute.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You tune into the open bar. Salute! Salute. Right now, we're about to have a hot performance from the hit stage play U Street, the musical. Please welcome Jason and Sharon Lachey.
Oh, the other one.
Ian, you can't be messing up like that.
Is suffering from endless despair.
Can testify that life seems unfair.
Looks all around only to discover
This futility left to consider.
in the valley of dry bones, where hopelessness abounds, you'll for your soul. Pick yourself up from the ground. Christ can leave the drought.
You are thirsty, come taste and see that the Lord is good. As his mercies flow, the Lord will bring you out. Through his love, through his blood, he restore your soul. Drink of him, and then you can
Leave the drought.
knows all about the joy of salvation.
Knows the love that went into creation.
Who has found a spring of satisfaction?
Tell your neighbor about your transformation.
A well-watered garden you'll soon become, as the scripture tells. If you tap into the risen one, like the woman at the well and in the drought. You are thirsty, come taste and see that the Lord is good. As his mercies flow, the Lord will bring you out. Through his blood, he restore your soul. Drink of him, and then you can in the hallelujah, hallelujah, yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah, yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah, yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah, yeah. My needs are satisfied.
On Christ I can rely.
On Christ I can rely.
No more will I be thirsty.
No more will I be thirsty.
His spirit refreshes me.
His spirit refreshes me.
My needs he'll satisfy.
My needs are satisfied.
On Christ I can rely.
On Christ I can rely.
No more will I be thirsty.
No more will I be thirsty.
His spirit refreshes me.
His spirit
Yeah,
refreshes me.
What's all about you spiritually? Want food and water and have no money. Buy from Christ, it no cost a penny. Never again will you be thirsty in the drought. No coffee, Lord have mercy. Christ said from heaven and answer you quickly. Ah, boy. Part 2, hear the truth. We no take back no chat, we on top. In Christ I am beautifully made. Me start look different since me get saved. Through off the sackcloth, through off the ashes. Hot like fire coulda energized battery. Me have new walk, new style, new grace. Completely refreshed, just look on me face. The devil afraid of me, cause me a God youth. Everywhere me step, there'll be a fruit. Step in a prosperity, step out a drought. That God work miracles, me not have no doubt. The world may be dry situation, barred who love. Resurrection time is coming. Coming. Coming.
You can in the drought. You are thirsty, come taste and see that the Lord is good. As his mercies flow, the Lord will bring you out. Through his love, through his blood, he restore your soul. Drink of him, and then you can in the drought. You are thirsty, come taste and see that the Lord is good. As his mercies flow, the Lord will bring you out. Through his love, through his blood, he restore your soul. Drink of him, and then you can in the drought. Yeah, yeah, you can in the drought. You can in the drought. You can in the drought.
Awesome. Yo, that was awesome. Be right back interviewing them live on in the PDO's lounge. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR.
Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Welcome back to WLVS. This is Open Bar Radio tonight, and we are here. Wasn't that a hot performance just now?
Yes.
Clap it up, fellas, just a little bit. Glad to have the cast of U Street the Musical in the house. We have the writer and the director, Mr. Jason Ellis is here.
Yes, sir.
And then our brother Keith. Keith, what's your last name?
Crosby.
Keith Crosby. All right, man. Dynamic, and Miss Sharon Lachey. Is that right?
That's me.
Sharon Lachey, man, welcome.
Yes, that is me.
Welcome to Open Bar Radio. We just want to probe a little bit into how all this came together. And first of all, before we do anything, when is the show going down? Is it happening now? Tell us exactly when it's going down.
Show is currently running. We opened last week. We have 8 more performances Thursday through Saturday at the Richard Kaufman Auditorium in Old Town, Alexandria.
This week
and next week.
This Thursday all the way until next Saturday.
Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the following Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week.
Okay. All right. So you have all those shows lined up and it's going on right now. So are there tickets?
Yes, sir. You can get tickets online. You can get tickets at the door. The easiest way for you to, so I don't give you too much information all over the place, you can go to the website for the show and it'll direct you to the tickets. It's musical.wordpress.com. You can get all the information about the show, cast bios, see some clips.
All right.
There are flyers. We'll leave some flyers here.
Very nice. And how much are the tickets?
It's $20. So
$20.
Bargain price.
All right. But this is written and directed and the cast is all black?
Predominantly black.
Black.
We keep it diverse because
it's diverse.
It is a diverse cast.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's written and directed by a black man, so that's pretty awesome. So we can support even on that strength alone. All right. So let's dig into this a little bit. Who are you, Jason Ellis? Where'd you come from? How'd you start doing this?
I'm from Jamaica, if you couldn't tell.
Okay.
From Jamaica, you couldn't tell. I work now out in Alexandria. I work with the Housing Authority. I also have a nonprofit that I run in Virginia as well. And one of the reasons why we're doing it out in Alexandria is because we partner with the Recreation Department there and using their facilities because the theater production is one thing, but the reason why we do it is to support programs for low-income kids in and around the city. So to provide college scholarships, provide after-school programs, summer camps. So that's the main reason why we do these shows. We put on a fantastic show, but that's our end game. Is to make sure that we can support kids that don't have those kind of opportunities.
For sure. Okay, so tell me where the confidence came for you to write and produce a play and to pull talent together and get people to believe in the whole nine. Where'd that come from?
Well, I guess that must be my parents or something, but I always had it. I always believe in myself and encouraging myself. You can't wait for people to boost you up all the time.
Right.
You have to tell yourself that you're great. You have to tell yourself that you can do whatever you put your mind to. I've always grown up in the arts, so that's been a part of my life ever since I could.
Were your parents singing, playing music?
They were terrible. They're absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Yes, my dad thought he could sing, and my mom tried really hard to sing.
Great shower singers.
But yeah, no, that wasn't happening.
You went to school?
I did go to school, but not for the arts. I went to school. I have my master's degree in public administration, and I'm supposed to be going back to school for a PhD program. But the arts has always driven me.
It's been naturally okay.
Yeah.
All right. So really quickly, Sharon Lachey is here. Tell us really quickly about the U Street the musical. What's the hard theme of it? I was reading through some of the scenes. Is it about life?
It is definitely about life. Myself, I play a character named Esther, and Esther is a part of a duo. The song that you actually heard in the drought is not sung by Jason. I actually have a partner that sings, and that with a phenomenal voice herself as well. And we play Ruth and Esther, and we are church-going ladies.
Okay.
And we go out into the community and we do food baskets and care packages. With simple things. Toiletries and canned foods and things like that. It becomes real because the story tells about the homelessness in the city, and it's basically on U Street. So when you come to it, you see this the scenery is actually based off of U Street, the station, and things like that. So growing up in the church, I know firsthand that the people that they go out from the church and they try to feed the homeless, and you see different realities from it. Sometimes homeless people, they see what you bring and they're just like, why did you even bring this? I don't need this. This is what I need, Sure. Everyone has a responsibility, and it is real life because I did a video one day I sent it out. I think I sent it to Jason, but I was talking about the show, but definitely understanding that a lot of us are just one paycheck away from being homeless ourselves,
right. So you're not that far. So it's like you shouldn't hold your nose up.
Yeah, we should always try to help each other, and that's the message of the show. Really, that we all can lend a hand, and that homeless people are not, who you think they are. They have
they're not
lives.
Just that person on the street.
Yeah, they're not just that person on the street. And even,
else,
sometimes they have illnesses that put them there. Some people, they just had, bad riffs with their family. There are different reasons why these people end up on the street, and they have a story just like you.
And so U Street allows those stories to be told. Huh?
Absolutely.
Keith, down there on the end, man. How's it going, man?
Going great tonight. How about you?
Great, man. People always talk about your look. I know you have a original look, man. I'm looking at how you styled yourself, how you have your hair in the whole 9 yards.
Looking like a star over there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looked like he showed like he's somebody in here, right? Yeah, so tell me your heart, your impression about the show. Like what's the message, the biggest message you think it communicates, or what?
The biggest message I think it communicates to me, seeing as though coming from Philadelphia, I'm originally from Philadelphia, so seeing the same thing, homelessness and different struggles that go on from day to day, and just growing up and not understanding or not really realizing that they are people too. They have struggles just like I do, but why are they the way they are? Why?
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's always intriguing to hear the story behind, and it changes the way you see people, doesn't it?
Yes, correct.
Once you know the person's story.
Correct.
Tell me this. So how did you get to acting or singing a part of this? Apparently you can sing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Because I know they don't have you around a musical. But okay, so tell me, what was your journey into the singing thing? You started in church, where your family was singing in the house. How'd you get to?
I didn't have any training. I went to church. My family, I grew up with singers in the house, and from there, I just started singing at 16. And no one really heard me at that time. I would sing in the kitchen. I would keep it secret, sing in the bathroom. And then one day, my family just was like, oh, okay, you could sing. And I just sung to this girl I liked at the time. And she said, okay. And I took it from there. I said, okay.
You kept going with it,
yeah,
huh?
Cool.
Nice. You did a lot of open mics coming up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Very, very nice. So where did, Jason, tell me where you met these two. You met Keith and Sharon Lachey. Where'd you meet them at? How'd you connect with them?
Well, let me start with Sharon. I met Sharon when we were performing together in Dreamgirls. We had a musical that we were doing, so we were in the cast of Dreamgirls.
Was it here?
It was in Fort Washington, Maryland. Yes.
Okay.
So that's where I met Sharon, and I met Keith through another performance event that we did with somebody else that's in the cast that's actually singing with Sharon for that song you just heard.
We stay well connected.
Listen, it's a
we
family.
Family.
When you find good talent, you stick to them like glue.
And good people, right?
Yeah, that's very, very important, because one of the things for me that's very important for pulling a cast together is making sure that we have people that have good chemistry, that like each other. You don't have to love each other, but at least like each other and can get along with each other. Because I don't need
don't be shady.
I don't need an extra drama. I don't need extra drama and the diva mentality and all that other foolishness that pulls you away from your focus.
Yeah, we don't like each other in here.
So look at this. So Keith is going to do a song for us. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the song you're going to do for us.
The song I'm doing is titled Voices. That song it's an encouragement and an empowering song. You have those voices in your conscience and things that tell you to basically aspire to be better that some people don't actually listen to. So this song, Voices, is focusing on that, zooming in and telling you to basically listen to that voice. That voice has something to say.
Okay, absolutely. All right, one quick question, and we're gonna go right to this next song. Okay, tell me this. In the whole total cast, Sharon, tell me who's your favorite singer to listen to sing? And you don't have to say Keith because he's here.
Baby,
Say yourself, Sharon.
Who you like to hear
That would
sing?
be Shady Boots to say myself, but I am a nice little vocalist. But wow, my favorite singers actually have two phenomenal voices. One is Tamika Jones. She plays
I know
one of the
Tamika.
main. You do?
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Okay. Small world.
Nice.
She is one of the main characters actually in the show. Her name is Queen.
She was supposed
and
to
she has
be
a
here
fabulous.
today, but-
Yeah, you know, she out. She way out. She said, "Look, I got to get home."
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, phenomenal voice, and also my scene partner, Ruth, who is played by Carissa Myers, and she's
Zeta.
yes, so right, and definitely she has a phenomenal voice, and you can see her in a lot of different shows in the area, you know. So
Favorite
yeah.
hits too. Keith,
You
how
know,
about
I
you?
have a quick question.
Who's your
real
favorite?
quick, 'cause,
After we come after
oh,
this-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You had a
Who's your
question.
favorite? Like to hear her sing in the cast, the whole cast.
The whole cast.
Just anybody who you usually love to hear.
I would
them.
say Carissa. Carissa is one of my favorite.
To hear
She
her.
has that strong voice, and when I
Ooh,
you
and
know,
Sharon sitting right beside you.
well, wait, hold on, because hold on, because I have a lot of I don't really have a lot of.
Pay him no
favorites. I have a lot of
attention. He
people
always
that-
starting something.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah, and I always compliment Sharon on her voice. I love her voice. She
At
has
least he
that
can pronounce the
strong,
Bible.
more so that voice that speaks to you.
Sure, absolutely.
Well,
Hey,
you
man, I'm
know-
not gonna ask Jason because he's the writing director. You know, he got to keep everybody
He
happy.
gotta
right?
be- he gotta be-
No. All right, so you had a question.
I have a question. I was fortunate enough to see the play last Friday, and it was amazing. By the way,
Thank
Nice.
you,
And
Ron.
the play really hit on like not only homelessness but mental issues. So how did you come up with that? How did you connect that? Because like I saw there was a character in there who the white guy who was an alcoholic. He was schizophrenic. It was just
PTSD,
amazing,
suffering from
and
PTSD.
it was just an amazing place. So how did you connect mental illnesses and homelessness? I mean, how did you do that? That was amazing how you
Well,
did that.
so just to give a little bit of backstory into the work that I do as a playwright, I kind of focus on social commentary. So the space that I like to operate in is discussing subject matters that you don't normally see represented on stage, whether it's adoption or absentee fathers or like homelessness with U Street. And a lot of it is birthed out of conversations and interactions that I have in my general work capacity working with low-income populations in the city of Alexandria. So one of the things that I try to make sure that I keep relevant in the show is subject matters and discourses that are directly related to people who I would like to see come to these kinds of productions too as well. And one of the reasons why I package the shows the way that I do is to make them accessible to those kind of populations who don't see theater as something that they would want to come to, but present it in such a way that it's accessible to them, as well as you're sharing words of wisdom with them without preaching to them as well. So I get a lot of my material from that demographic, and then obviously as a playwright, you do a lot of research on the subject matter too as well to make sure that you're being true to life and relevant.
Because the play hit on it. Also, not even that, even hit on child molestation.
Yes.
It was just, everything that can possibly happen to people of homelessness, you really touched on.
And just on that point alone, that story that we had in the play is actually birthed out of a conversation that I had with a mother who had a runaway daughter.
She was phenomenal, by the way, that girl
that ran away because of those kinds of issues. And the first time we did the show back in 2016, the mother was there and she saw that story and she knew it was about her, and it challenged her to want to make a difference in terms of the dynamics between her and her daughter.
Right.
So those are the kinds of things that make me continue doing the work that I do.
Okay.
It's not just for the entertainment value of it. It's to see the actual transformation in the lives of people and for people to have a different thought process once they leave the show. I call it edutainment. We educate and we entertain.
Yes, come on, word.
Yeah, very
Yes.
nice. Now, listen, I'm gonna do this as a rapid fire question before we close this segment out. I want to ask all three of you this question because, of course, like in most art, it's hard sometimes to not see Samuel L. Jackson as a certain character, right? Because you kind of get into it so much. So the art sometimes blur the lines, right, at times. But in real life, I'm gonna start down there with Keith, come down to Jason, then I'm gonna come down to Sharon finally. And this rapid fire, just a quick. What do you do in your real life when you get really discouraged and it's like or you're dealing with a hard space, how do you mentally get yourself past that and keep pushing? What do you use?
I actually use the same encouraging techniques I tell other people, or try to coach other people. So I try to encourage myself, coach myself, talk to myself, or before I bring someone else in the conversation, kind of thing.
Okay.
And sort of talk my way through it and think.
Right. So you try not to panic and
Yes.
stay calm and kind of keep pushing.
Yes.
How do you, if you get discouraged or to say things are not coming together like you want them to come together, and you feel like maybe I might have to push everything back a year? How do you push?
I'll co-sign with Keith, and for the song that he's getting ready to sing, I wrote all the songs for the show, so I can tell you what he's going to sing. These are words that I say to myself.
Okay.
So when you hear it, these are words that I say to myself. I won't tell you all the words for the song, but you'll hear it and you'll understand what it means. But you have to encourage yourself and speak to yourself on a daily basis and lift yourself up, because if you don't do it for yourself, you can't wait for other people to do it for you.
Okay, so it sounds like you find a lot of confidence in the work you put in with yourself, with, knowing your value, being self-aware and things like that, right?
That's key right there. You have to know your self-worth and your self-value, because if you don't, then you allow other people to define that for you.
Absolutely. Now, before you go, Sharon, Keith, I'm going to ask you to go to the stage and get ready because we want to hear your song. We're going to come right to you after this. But Sharon, when you get discouraged or something, you're dealing with something hard and it's like, man, things are not working out, you kind of want to quit. How do you kind of trick yourself past it? What do you use? Like faith, anything? Anything?
Oh yes, I'm a church girl for real.
Okay.
I love God. No one can tell me that God isn't real. But yes, I was raised with that. My mom always says, nothing beats a failure but a try. She says all types of different things that that registered with me, and I kept throughout my life, and I used them. And church is a really good base to learn so many different things: how to be confident in yourself, how to do public speaking. Like, church isn't just when you bring your child to church, it's not just for them to sit in the pew, and they can really learn things.
Sure, absolutely.
So my church really spearheaded who I am today. Even the goofiness, like people they meet me and they become my friends, and they see that I'm goofy and I'm excited about life and fun.
Absolutely.
And yes, and I get that from going to church and having a good time.
Does this drink help your vocal cords?
This cocktail.
I took that out of Ron's book play. But no, Sharon.
Just because I go to church, I can't have me something to drink.
Jesus made wine for water. Is that what it's worth?
So here's the big thing, though. Even as a gifted young lady, and you're charismatic and all that, you could tell people that you honestly do have moments though where you get discouraged though, right?
Oh, absolutely. Just even these past few months have been kind of discouraging for me. Some people don't even know. Right 2 days before the year started, I was in a car accident. I was driving and doing what I was supposed to do, and someone did not take care of their vehicle, and they didn't take care of their brakes, and they couldn't put on their brakes, and they ran right smack into my door. Wow. And it totaled my car. The airbags deployed, and now I'm a little bit I had to take a step. Yeah, I actually, when I'm riding in cars, Keith would tell you, I go through moments of PTSD myself. I have panic attacks in the car. It really was a stumbling block for me, but I gotta keep going.
Sure.
Especially because I have a 6-year-old. So if I stop, then he doesn't get taken care of. So many things in my life.
Him a bad lesson, right? Then he doesn't learn how to push through. Exactly.
Exactly. So tough. Just being a mother and being being raised in church, like I was, I have to push, and that's what I was taught.
The joy you get out of singing and using your gift, doesn't that help you also?
Absolutely. I sing through everything. I got a tooth pulled one time, and I was singing, they gave me laughing gas, and I sang all the way through it to the point that the doctor was just like, shut up. And I was like,
Okay. That's a great story, man. Jason Ellis, you're the director. It's going on this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Alexandria, Virginia. The website, real quick, before we go to Keith.
UStreetmusical.wordpress.com.
UStreetmusical.wordpress.com. You can go to get all the information for the tickets. You can also check out our Facebook page. We'll share something on there where, at least the website, we'll share it on our Facebook page, and you guys can get it. Now, Keith's last name is what again?
Crosby.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you direct and live from WLVS Open Bar Radio, Mr. Keith C.
Thank you.
Listen Vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Can you hear that voice? Ooh, can you hear that voice calling out your name, saying you don't have to worry. You have all you need to make it. Find your truth and just claim it. Keep that fire burning. Don't ignore that voice. Ooh, don't ignore that voice calling out your name, helping with life decisions. It's telling you just what to do. Refuse and risk going through heartache and pain. Stop the pain. Voices, speak to yourself, encourage yourself. Ooh, voices, you gotta declare you're going somewhere. Ooh, voices, voices. Listen to that voice. Ooh, listen to that voice calling out your name, giving you life directions. I'm telling you yourself, or birthing someone else. Discover the beauty that's you. That's true. Voices, speak to yourself, encourage yourself. Voices, you gotta declare you're going somewhere. Voices, voices. Are you listening? It's your voice, it's your voice calling you to a better you. Let it speak to your insecurities, your frailties, and say you are stronger than you think. Just believe in yourself. Voices, speak to yourself, encourage yourself. Ooh, voices, you gotta declare you're going somewhere. Voices, speak to yourself, encourage yourself. Ooh, voices, you gotta declare you're going somewhere. Voices, voices.
Voices. Voices.
Bravo. PDO, why you ain't? You should have jumped in there, PDO.
That's what's
Thank
up,
you.
man.
You jumped in there. Yo,
Mr. Kesey, y'all.
Thank you.
Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. So, okay. So, thank you all for being here tonight. We really appreciate you guys. Listen,
Thank you.
feel free to sit on the rest of the show. We're going to have a little discussion, talk right now about some love and relationships and
Politics.
Love and
All right, so come on down.
relationship.
yo. So give us a call at 202-656-1BOB. Be right back with some politics and love, sex, and relationships. Peace.
Hey, Jay, I'm sorry for jumping up.
Listen Vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. Tune into the open bar. Salute. Wasn't that wonderful? Great performance. Voices. That was tight.
Voices.
You gonna be singing that all night? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speak to yourself.
Yo, it was a great play. Y'all definitely can check that out. We're gonna have all the information for U Street the Musical on our Facebook. Dave is gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna
put that
definitely
in
try to
there.
make
just
that.
put it
Oh,
on
we
there.
gotta go. The open bar will be there at least
Yeah,
next
I'ma
Friday. 'Cause I
definitely
missed the first hour,
Yeah.
but the rest of the play was amazing. Sharon, wasn't it?
Sharon, how long is the play? How long?
2 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
try to make that play.
Hit your switch on there, Sharon. Okay.
We don't see her on
2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, they got a long shot. She on a long shot.
Oh,
with
I
me.
thought it was 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make that play. And it goes to March 3rd, correct?
If y'all, let's
It goes
coordinate.
to
You know what I'm saying?
March
Maybe we go out
3rd.
there, man, and check it out and see.
Oh wow.
We
I'm down for
do two
Now-
shows on
now I'm
Saturday. So one at 3:00 and one at 7.
So I'm gonna have to call you out on something. This is just me being in wordish. Y'all quoted $20 for a ticket price. Not that I don't mind paying that, but Eventbrite quoted $12 and $1.50.
Oh well, I mean there are different prices for different places. You know, if you can get you a little discount, do your
Do your
discount.
thing.
But
Yo.
also, tell them Sharon Lachey sent you.
You can make your money. Yo, of course, our show premiered last Tuesday, but and Valentine's Day was on Wednesday, and unfortunately, a very sad incident happened in Florida.
On Thursday.
I thought that was on Valentine's Day, Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it was Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Why is he debating me on that?
No.
Anyway,
So
He's
for a
quality
moment-
control. Make
right,
sure.
he's quality control. But the unfortunate incident, a sad incident happened, which the fatality of over 17
babies,
children were shot.
Well, there were children and staff.
The children
So
and staff. You
so
wanna give
see,
information
so
about
before
it?
we start before we go into that, let's take a moment of silence to pray for the victims.
Good job.
So to get to the point, basically there was a shooting. There was a shooting that happened in Florida this past week, February 14th. Actually,
Yep.
is when the shooting happened. Gentleman by the name of Nicholas Cruz. He came in and he pulled a fire alarm, and as the children were exiting the schools, basically a crime was committed. He basically shot 17 people, wounded another 10 to 15 people. So it launched. It's actually been the fifth. I could be wrong on this. Please don't quote me on this.
Yeah.
The fifth school shooting since 2018 changed over. Remember, we had the one in L.A. Remember, we had the one in Kentucky.
It's the fifth
We
one
had-
that made the news.
yeah,
and there's
we
been
had the
18 there's been 18
Yeah.
actual shootings.
There's been 18 actual shootings, but the fifth one has made the news. We had the one in L.A., the one in Colorado, the one in Kentucky, and now this one right here. And it's
And then it was actually a kid brought a gun.
yeah,
Right,
locally. But that kid, the funny thing about that kid that's locally here in Montgomery County, they did a lot of the background check, and it's coming out that kid in Montgomery County was actually being severely bullied.
Wow.
So that's been like a topic. That's been kind of like an underlying topic.
Right.
Are these kids being bullied? And obviously, in the case of the Florida shooting,
Right.
Florida shooter, this kid had a lot. When you look at like his history, the history leading up to the shooting, the kid had a lot of hatred in him.
Right.
A lot of hatred in him. A lot of people wasn't really reaching out to him, and any friends that he did have.
Well, the actual shooting sparked a lot of
Debate.
a lot of debate
Gun
against
debates.
the NRA, if I'm not mistaken. Recently, there was a case where the NRA had a convention, and I think that was in Georgia, and I think the mayor of somewhere.
It was actually Texas, believe it or
I'm
not.
sorry.
It was Texas, and the mayor pretty much told the NRA,
He cut their convention back.
yeah, he's going to cut your convention back simply because the NRA doesn't. Whenever there's a shooting like this, the NRA doesn't stand up and address the shooting.
They're anti.
They're
anti. They say it's not the guns. They say guns don't kill people.
People kill guns, and I know how stupid that sounds, but in a sense, yes, they're right, but they're also wrong
But that-
because you have to you have to address it simply because
They're wrong because they're missing the point.
Yeah.
Because the point we're making is not that a person didn't use the gun. When we say we need gun
Yeah,
control,
yeah.
no one's saying people don't use the gun to kill people. We're saying that the caliber of guns that are in the street, the amount of guns in the streets, the easy access to guns, to not have to do certain checks, to let people go to conventions and buy guns openly, those things are a fixable problem. And the NRA says nothing about it.
The thing is to get what you're saying right there, fixable problem. One of the issues that a lot of people are brought about is the mental health issue. You know, people who have mental issues are allowed to buy weapons. In terms of the type of guns, well, that's another debate, because if you look at like the Virginia Tech shooting, those were all handguns. Right. Now, granted, the Sandy Hook, that was an AR, and this situation was an AR. But a lot of but a lot of mass shootings.
The mass shootings were ARs.
Well, those three right there were ARs, but a lot of other mass shootings are handguns. The
Orlando one too, though.
The Orlando one was a combination of shotguns, to be more specific, a Mossboro shotgun, as well as handguns.
But don't misconstrue that. You can't cloud that, because those handguns were still automatic.
No,
they were automatic guns. So because the guy who shot the senator, the lady, the female,
Gabby Gifford,
he got shot. He was loading extended clips into a handgun, and it was automatic. So meaning he didn't have to cock it. He could hold the trigger.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. That's not necessarily classified as an automatic. You take a Glock. If I load a clip into a Glock, it's not about cocking. My Glock is going to fire one shot at a time until the clip enters. And you're right. The guy in Colorado had an extended clip. That's why Maryland blocked the sale of extended clips. And meaning by extended clips, anything over 10 bullets is considered extended.
Which is the argument against the NRA. They stand up and they try to protect these things.
Second Amendment
that are easy
rights.
Things to fix. So,
but the thing is, it's like, that did spark an argument. Like, what are we going to do about the gun laws? Like, I agree in terms of, like, some weapons aren't needed. Like an AR-15, it's not needed.
Extended clips.
Yeah. Extended
silencers.
Clips.
This stuff like this
but
is
the
not
thing
needed.
is, I'm going to take this for example. A silencer, you can make a homemade silencer.
We'll make a homemade one.
But silencers, I would feel they were needed if you're hunting, probably.
But you don't need to. I mean, if you're hunting, you're hunting. I mean, my thing is it.
But here's the thing.
Because before some of this was going down, Walmart was selling like a little machine gun, a small machine gun.
Walmart still sells guns in some states.
But not a machine. They don't sell machine guns anymore.
No, they do. They do. In some states, they still sell that stuff. But here's the kicker: it's not really just about guns. It's really about the what is it? They call it the icing rule. It's about mental health. You also have to look at that.
You sound like the NRA.
No, right. I'm not. I don't sound like the NRA. Because no, I don't. Because the reality is you can't. You could go after all the guns. Go after all the guns. Please do. Please do.
Okay.
But the reality.
No.
No,
country, you don't really mean that.
You also have to approach.
You don't mean that though. You don't mean it. You say go after the guns. You don't mean that.
I do. Yes, I do.
How do you know who's mentally unstable?
There is one. You have too many.
Which is also
NRA, one of the problems with the NRA. One of the problems I have with the NRA is there's no standing law to protect people. You should not allow people who have mentally health issues to buy weapons.
But
in fact, on top of that, you need to start cutting out certain things. Like, I agree. You shouldn't have a fully automatic weapon. There's no need to have a fully automatic weapon.
That's my whole point, though.
That's not your whole point.
It is
your
my
whole
point.
point is something.
No. That's my whole point. What you're saying right there.
No, that's not the point you was making.
That's
you was
the point
going
I'm making.
beyond that.
Where am I
But
going?
you was essentially saying
that
I sound like the NRA. You were accusing that I was sound like the NRA.
You do.
And I wasn't.
Listen.
How was I sound like the NRA?
I'm gonna tell you.
If I 100% agree with getting rid of automatic weapons.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, and I'm telling you, I agree with getting rid of automatic weapons.
Are you gonna let me talk?
And I agree. No, I'm not. Actually,
you're not gonna let me talk.
I'm not.
Why?
I agree.
Why?
Getting rid of automatic weapons because you're not letting me.
Why can't I talk?
Point.
Why can't I talk?
I agree.
Why can't I talk? Then you can't talk.
Huh?
What do you mean I can't talk?
Let's cut it.
Now, boys. Let's play nice.
What do you mean you're not gonna let me talk?
I'm not letting you talk.
Then you don't talk then.
We'll be the silent show.
Like, I mean, come on, man.
Well, everybody having your point.
But I'm saying, listen, at the end of the day, again, you can't say go after the guns and then turn around and say it's not really the guns. Right. That's what the NRA is saying. It's not listen, it is guns. Make the right laws against the guns, and then mental health. Who doesn't have mental issues? So that's a broad topic. So when you're saying mental health, you're just throwing that out there as smoke screen to get away from dealing with the gun issue, and then with really dealing with just people real issues like bullying, because every one of these kids that walked into a school that shot people up, all of them have a story of being bullied, and talked about, mistreated, and like the boy who came to Montgomery County who came with a gun. It's the reason why he did it.
And that's the thing. Let's look at the guy in Montgomery County. Let's look at the gentleman out in I don't want to call him gentlemen. Let's look at the guys out in Columbine. A lot of that was linked to bullying. Let's look at the situation out in California. Even though it was a small one, it was like a few years back where it was like a young gentleman, he was being bullied on the campus of University of San Francisco. This is really causing a problem. I agree in a sense that there needs to be more restriction on gun laws, but there also has to be more of an approach than just restricting whether I can buy an AR-15 or not, or whether I can buy an extended clip or not.
The only point I wanted to make to that was that's a start. You could start with saying you don't need a rifle and make a law against it. You could start there. It's not going to solve everything, but it's a start. The NRA don't want to do anything.
Of course, since we getting into politics, of course, our number 45 was he was criticized, unfortunately, because he made a statement of which he said pretty much there's nothing we can do at this point, if I'm not mistaken, is that point what he said. So one of the mothers did a recent interview. One of the abuse, and she said that there is plenty you can do, which you are saying make it harder for people to buy guns, do better gun laws, and do better things with Congress when it comes to guns. So,
he made that statement.
Well, Trump made a statement. Trump made a statement saying that it was pretty much at this point it was sad, but it's pretty much nothing we can do. And she was like, there's a lot you can do. You know what I'm saying? You can do.
The mother was going back at him. Right.
She gave a really sad.
Here's the question I have about the whole thing is that I heard that the guy, Nicholas Cruz, who killed these 17 people, was saying that he was hearing voices.
Mental health.
Do you think? I just want to know. Do you think he really was having voices, or do you think that's something that him or his lawyers are throwing out for spin?
The problem is there's no one. The problem is one. There's nothing in place that said there's no policy. There's nothing in place that said we're going to implement these mental checks before you buy a gun. That's one thing.
Well, it was, but then because of course, it's rumored that 45 signed a bill. It
wasn't rumor. It's
the
fact.
truth. Well, that rumor signed a bill of which started. Well, Obama started a law of which there was supposed to be some sort of mental check before.
But that's my question. How do you check somebody's mental stats? Because
there is no way to
because hold on. This is my thing is the boy worked at the dollar store. He saved up checks enough to buy a rifle. He kept the rifle in a place.
The rifles are not that expensive.
Well, hold on. What I'm saying is that he still kept the rifle, and they said he had a lot of clips when they caught him. If you could do all of that, can't you just fake like you're not crazy for a test?
Just because
to get
you
the gun?
are mentally unstable doesn't mean you're not intelligent. You know, that's what people misconstrue about.
Right?
Some of the people that are the craziest people in the world, they are very intelligent.
My Aunt Bunny crazy as hell, and she can.
Which I can't understand. That's why I don't understand what kind of mental check would you do?
Well, you're absolutely right. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's actually been like a topic of debate. What can we do to test a person's mental capacity? Obviously, you can't. I hate to say this, but you can't just come up and say this person is autistic. This person is mentally.
You can be depressed, and that's a mental illness.
I agree with that, but how do you gauge that? The question is, how do you gauge that? And two. I might be good and happy-go-lucky today, but I might buy like 5 guns,
which is my point.
Yeah, and
I could be bipolar.
My point is that
you got a 7-day waiting period too, though.
My whole thing is that whatever checklist they go through, what if you pass that for that day, that week?
Exactly. If I pass it for that day, it's hard to.
It's not like you're walking out of the store with the gun right then and there. The
only way to battle it. The only way to battle it really is you just. I mean, this is just reality. You just have to either either do it out. You have to take away all guns, or you have to you just leave it as be.
Or you could arm people. That's the other thing. The NRA kind of says, they say arm, people in the schools. Arm people on buses.
Yeah, but
like they arm people on the planes.
But the thing about it is, if everybody has a gun, there's somebody always reluctant not to shoot. See, if
somebody killing everybody, ain't that reluctant.
No, but yes, they are, because one
Sometimes
they're
you freeze up
firing
even
at
though
this.
you're in front of
But the person who has decided to be the carrier of the gun has to be somebody who's willing to shoot. I mean,
but
you saying they'll freeze up? Okay, I mean,
no. What I'm saying is this: they're shooting at unarmed targets.
Wow.
True.
Okay, but
so
when
you say in the moment, in the heat of the moment, they would freeze.
No, I'm not saying that they would freeze, and I'm not saying that
with an armed person. I'm saying you say
you're more reluctant to stop doing what you're doing if you know somebody else is armed. When you're shooting at defenseless people, then what is
you're bolder?
It's a lot bolder.
So you're saying it would be a good idea to arm people?
Everybody has the right to bear arms.
Three topics of discussion came out of this.
Everybody doesn't have because now you're dealing with children that have arms. They shouldn't have the right to bear them. If they don't have the right to drive a vehicle on the road, but they have a gun, and they don't necessarily have they're not going and buying these guns. Sometimes they're finding it in their parents' home, which purchased it, and they don't have a mental illness.
Three topics.
Well, you can be 12 years old and get a shotgun or something like that.
Some states, yeah, you can be as minimum as
12 years old and have a shotgun. You can't drive, but legally as an adult, at 18 you can buy a gun.
But certain shotguns you don't need a permit to have that, right?
At that point,
you don't need a gun permit for a shotgun.
Not a lot of the ones. Here's the
like in South Carolina, you wouldn't need a permit for a shotgun.
No, and the shotguns that are just air pun, just fire pellets. You don't need a age.
You don't need anything.
Now I'm gonna also say this. One topic of conversation came out of that, and I'm glad y'all touched on teachers having guns or the administrator having guns.
I don't know if that's the answer.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But one topic that touched on this was security. One, and it's funny because a friend of mine sitting there talking about it. We was talking about it, and she, I was waiting. We literally joked and said, and we even know it wasn't a joking matter. I wonder what hood person going to come up on television screen and say, "Yo, take me back to the hood." They wasn't shoot me in the hood. They don't have security at a lot of these schools that have these gun shootings.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't have metal detectors, and it's always ironic because you at the urban schools. They have metal detectors. They check you. They also have I'm gonna use South Carolina example. There's a deputy at every single school, middle school and high school, an armed deputy. So you can't even approach the school because we had a school shooting back in like 97, 96 as a result of bullying.
Right.
And ever since then they just said, okay, armed deputies at every school. And of course at the more urban schools, they have metal detectors. Yeah. They don't do that at those suburban schools because a lot of times the parents are like, I don't want my kids to feel confined and like criminals.
I feel you. Yo,
that's interesting.
Unfortunately, we can talk about this all day. I definitely.
But we don't have that time.
Right, we don't have that time. Well, I just want to actually just give our condolences to the family, to the families and the people that lost their lives.
Funny.
Pastor, what are we going to talk about love, sex, and relationship?
We can't
for
talk
the next
about
5
much because
minutes?
Chitty used up all the time.
No, we good.
PDAs, man.
PDAs. What does that mean?
It's
Public
Valentine's
displays of affection.
Yeah, it's
Public
Valentine's
displays of
season.
affection.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, what do you think about that?
It's like, what do you think about that? Are they important or not?
I don't want to be kissing nobody in public. So
Public displays of affection. There's, there can be too much of it. And some females they feel like it can be too little.
Coming from a female perspective, do you like it?
I am not an ordinary female, so
So you
there
like
are
a
times
dude?
with it.
So you like a dude?
My mind process is kind of like a guy. I know I don't want somebody all in my face 24 hours a day, but
no, it's not 24 hours a day. It's
you don't like
out public.
You don't like walking in the street holding hands?
I don't have to.
Hold on, remember when you was in school and your boyfriend would get behind the girl and be holding her so close, his leg be walking right with her legs, like,
oh yeah,
he just holding her because you don't want to.
Okay, if you're gonna do that for like a couple seconds and then move.
Okay. Well, I mean that's the big question, man. I think our public displays of affection, are they necessary? Are they important for a relationship to thrive or not? And the
For a
question
lot of
of
females, it is
too much or too little. You know what I'm saying?
For a lot of females,
For
it is
me,
important.
that's a no.
You don't like public affection at
No,
all?
I don't.
So you don't want to hold hands,
I just think
I don't
that-
want to hold
or
hands.
walk with your arm around
My
her,
thing is, when you with that one person,
or be
I
kissing.
don't even like carrying a bag, let
don't.
alone.
Do
But
stuff that
I
feels
think-
natural to you. Like if you feel like putting your hand around
Right.
your woman and acknowledging that she bad or whatever the case may be and that you love her, do that. If you don't, then don't. Like,
No, if
But
she's
my
really
thing
bad,
is- my
you don't
thing
put
is-
your hand around.
No, but my
you let
thing
her
is-
strut her stuff.
no,
you don't
see that's
hold
wrong.
on to
See,
her.
my thing is, if you somewhere and your
Because
woman,
you know she coming home to you.
your woman wants this public display of affection, and
think
you
so.
ignoring her, and then you get mad because some dude hit up on her. You didn't show him or anybody that you guys are connected.
But you can show
you-
somebody that you're with them, but the public displays of affection, I think, bode more for the individual.
It
Like
shows ownership.
women like that. But
Why do you need ownership?
But
You
women-
don't own
use
anything.
those
because women like to be treated in public in front of everybody. Like the scene that it makes is that
It's
I'm
security.
kind of adored or I'm
They want
desired.
to know that you're proud.
Exactly, that you're
But
proud.
wouldn't
of
that-
me.
wouldn't
You're
that
not
kinda-
a trophy.
Wouldn't that come off-
Women
But
don't
that
want to
feel-
be a
they-
trophy,
no, not
right?
that. They want the
They
feeling
don't,
though.
No, they don't want to be a trophy, but
they want the
it's
feeling,
not that
right,
a
of a
lot
prize.
of times things in society sculpt how you think. So
But
a woman
isn't
feels
that-
like a lot of times women, and I felt like this myself a couple of times, where if you're not showing me affection, then you're giving it to someone else, or there's something wrong with me. And so I had to build up my character and my confidence to say, whether you love me or not, I love myself. And
That's what she was hearing those voices.
I got a
Come
question.
on, Harmony.
Hold on, country. Go ahead.
Y'all singing over there.
I got a quick question, but and I definitely get that. I definitely get that, especially in our society. And when I say society, I mean the Western society, because in some cultures, you got to be 10 feet behind a woman,
Yes.
or you showing that type of affection is a sign of weakness. But in our society, at times
makes you
it comes off as it comes off as like a double-edged sword, because I don't want you to view me as a possession or looking at me as somebody to possess like that. That's what I've heard some women refer to as PDA moments, is being of a man being overly possessive.
But then you have to ask them, what do they mean
got a
by,
minute, 30 seconds.
describe possession? Because, people have different meanings for different things.
Yeah.
So, someone putting their hand, around you or showing you love, doesn't strike as showing me that I belong to
Right.
you, I'm your possession. But there are actions that you can do to show somebody, I own you.
Because I remember I dated
I own you. I
I
like
dated a
that.
young woman years ago, and she put it to me like that, like, and she didn't even want me opening doors for her, because in her mind she was like,
Honey, I need somebody to open the door.
no,
Come on, open doors. That's a little bit too much.
no. But there's some women, especially I guess you could say in this new age of feminism, like they want things on a completely equal playing field. They don't think men should do certain things because that means
Let them
I'm
catch a flat
subjugating
tire.
you to some
That's
form
why I
of.
say I'm a different kind of
No,
woman.
I'm just
because
saying,
I
there's-
love
That
me
heavy
big,
box need
strong
to be
man.
picked up.
Open the door.
But I'm just saying, I'm sure y'all have seen that. Like some,
I don't
there's
wanna lift
some
this
women.
box.
You
Let
have
them catch a
you
flat
have
tire
a
and
couple
see what
of
they do.
women who are on the liberation
No,
type thing and all that. Yeah.
there's some women that think that
Hold
way.
on,
right?
let them catch a flat tire. See if they don't call a tow truck.
Well, that's
driven
what I
by a
have
man.
Hey, I'm
insurance from.
gonna say this. Listen,
Why tow truck driver
we
gotta
out
be a
of
man?
here.
Yo, what's your wrap up?
Yeah. So we out here. I'm gonna say
video?
this, man. I think that you just gotta really know the person that you're with. I think that just for the purpose of nurturing, if you care about the relationship that you're in, if the person you're with finds a lot of value out of PDAs, you know what I'm saying? I think you got to give that to them. because that's the way they function, and it will make things a lot easier for you.
Get the
But then
people
if you
what
with
they
somebody who
need.
doesn't like
Right.
that,
Hold up.
you also should worry about that too.
It
You know what I'm
always
saying?
makes a
if they,
relationship easier when
so
you
like
know
Dave,
your
if
mate.
he doesn't like that, you're going to irritate him if you always want to touch him and grab him and stuff like. So you got to know who you with. That's the big thing.
We had a great show today, yo.
That's right.
We had a good time today, yo. We had of course, we had the wonderful cast of U Street, the musical,
writer and producer, yeah.
Mr. Sharon
Jason
Lachey
Ellis,
is still here.
Sharon Lachey,
Jason Ellis.
exactly.
And what was the other
Keith
guy?
C.
Jason.
Keith C.
Keith
Ellis.
C.
Ballsby.
Come here singing like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Look at young Philip Belly. You go, he did that thing. Yo, great show, you go. We had
All
a
right,
good
salute,
time,
man.
yo. Salute. See you next week.
Going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up.